Hello everyone, good to see you here. Paul Trani, gonna dive into some editorial design. Hello my friends. Big thank you to Jesse and Jason and Claudia today, my previous streamers. They're my opening act. Just kidding, it's a joke. All right, fantastic. Good to have you here, Lindsay, Voodoo Val, Justin, Jan Eric, yeah, everyone. The usual suspects. So feel free to chime in if you haven't chimed in a bit. Would love to see, yeah, your name, just so I can give you a nice hello is the goal. Marios, good to see you as well. And yeah, it's going to be fun today. I actually have obviously some Adobe things to cover and some other things that'll be pretty fun. I literally have After Effects open. I got a lot of crazy stuff happening right now, right? But just kind of recap. I want to recap. I want to recap this as well. And yes, I did get a new mic. And I got everything kind of hardwired, just so you know, Adobe Live. So everything should be good in terms of sharing my device, because right here you can see, shoop, I'm going to be sort of tapping into this device, projecting a video, maybe some 3D onto a surface, but being able to recognize a poster, I think, is really cool. So that's the goal. In fact, what poster are we talking about? Hello, Pigeon, RB in the house. Hello. Awesome. So again, let's kind of switch over. You could see, obviously, this is my poster that I'm working on, right? This is the one we actually created the other day. Some parts actually have been a little bit different. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's fit that into place. I've actually rotated it a little bit, but let's just kind of adjust that. This was just in InDesign. Okay. Awesome. Let's do this. All right. So again, this is just the poster I made in InDesign. We came up with the name, as you may or may not know, yesterday. Right? And we designed this logo in Illustrator. So we'll switch over to Illustrator, and I'll just quit out of InDesign. By the way, from InDesign, you're thinking print a lot of times. There's a publish. I can publish to the web easily, so I could always publish out that link. But let's jump over to Illustrator. We could see the logos we created yesterday, right? We did our little voting system. We had fun with it and kind of ended up here. And I think we ended up in a good spot, I'd say. Bashkar from India, good to have you here. Yes, all right, cool. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. The lunch codes, again, this is a band poster. It's an indie rock band. It's kind of like Bare Naked Ladies meet 30 Seconds to Mars, okay, is the whole goal. So like arena rock sound, right? But also kind of playful. And I think Bare Naked Ladies is pretty playful. Obviously, with a name like Bare Naked Ladies, they thought it would be funny to name their band that to get people through the door, and I think it's pretty clever. So we made these assets. You can see them right here as well, right? You guys remember all this. I'm set up to actually make some more because the whole thing is like we created some of these, but there's no indication that it's actually a band. So that was the big problem I had after looking at this. And I'm going to use just the warp tool as the main one, and we'll play with those settings. All right. By the way, I'll just double click in here, go into the settings for this warp tool, just like with other tools. I want to point out right down here, you could hold down the Option key. Before clicking with the tool, you could actually change the brush size by holding down the Option key. Because right up here, this is the brush size, and here's the intensity. So it's going to have a lot of intense pressure, right? Nobody really needs intense pressure. But again, if I hold down the Option key, right, I'm actually changing that brush size a little bit more dynamically. But I want it to be small because I really want this to fly through the air. A band of traveling food sellers, yes. And you know what? After singing about food and stuff like that, I'd say a concert like this would take place in an outdoor arena, and there would be lots of food trucks outside as well, would be the goal for the lunch codes. All right, let's just smudge it. Let's mess with this. Just have it dripping. It's like entering the atmosphere or leaving the atmosphere, and that's why we have all this swooshiness. I thought it'd be kind of fun. Like that. On down. Yeah, a lot of band posters don't have any indication that they're for bands. I think they do have, that is a very good point. Yeah, honestly, they kind of expect you to recognize the name. So that's why I think we need just some hints that it actually is a band and it's not a traveling comedy troupe, for instance, which I would also go see, right? The Lunch Codes actually is a good name for traveling, like, improv group as well. Here's our burger. We'll smudge this out. Again, we did this yesterday. I just need some added elements, which is the only reason I'm doing this. Again, Option key to kind of shrink this down some more. Ugh, so messy, right? Double click, change this down to 50, right? I don't want it to smudge that much. And still, the brush is kind of large. 30, boom, boom. Oh, something like that. You get the idea. How you guys doing? Yeah, the logo could look like the face of a 3-stringed banjo, which would be good. Into it. I think we had fun creating the logo yesterday. I actually want to create an entirely different poster today, but I want to get into the augmented reality side of things. Right, let's take this, selecting this. I'll typically double click on the reflect tool. You can flip it like so, right? You get the idea. We'll slant this out. Go back in. Check out the settings. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Swooshiness. When you're working with this tool, by the way, it's not going to help if you click up here in this. And you actually have to click on the vector path. Okay, so that's what you want to click on each time. Clicking up here isn't going to make it smudge more. It actually makes it smudge less. But let's jump in here. Let's adjust the brush size. We'll make it a little larger for this part right down here. There we go. Let's make it messy. On down like that. You get the idea. Cool. SkyX, you use After Effects. You're not using Photoshop a lot? That's cool. We're going to use a little bit of Photoshop because we're actually going to need Photoshop to make and upload the poster. So that I distorted a little bit too much. There we go. Done and done. We could take those. We can put them in here. And actually, I've already kind of done this somewhat. Let's drop that in there, that in there. All right, you get the idea. Guitar. Ah, drums. Let's make this drum kit fly through the air as well. There we go. Still keeping that drum reference. Kind of hard to see, I think, for this one. But I think once I'm in Photoshop, I'll determine whether I want to use it or not. All right. Yes, I have been having fun. I'm having fun, actually, with the... honestly, with these distortion tools, right? So warping, twirling, puckering, things like that, starting out with a basic shape and just playing with it has been a blast. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the warp tool. We got that. Drums. We can even label this. Drums. Burger. Soda. Guitar. And the guitar. Let's take it. Drop it in there. There we are. Done and done. Big thank you to Dana Pride because she's the one that came up with the name, the Lunch Codes, even after using some band name generators as well. Yeah, so Susanna, the drippy tool's only for vectors in Illustrator. So yeah, only for vectors. So let's go back over. We can use, if we wanted to distort raster images, typically, of course, we're going to do that in Photoshop. And you know there's Liquify in Photoshop, so we could always have some fun in here. So this is kind of the final poster, roughly, right? I could actually play with this some more. I'm thinking about another idea because we pretty much finished this, right? All those elements I've already added right up here, right? They're already colorized. We can see them off to the side, right? Some gradient fills. So I'll just turn this off. And this is for, actually, let's play with the guitar right here will open up. And let's get rid of this initially because they were all black, and that's why I made them black, because I wanted to apply the gradients right in here. Drop them on the layer. It's going to make it a clipping mask, and you could always jump in and start playing with different gradients to see what looks good as I just kind of click around, right? Just kind of clicking blindly. I want to push it back, so it's going to be a blue or a purple. Right? So it's going to be something like this is what I'm thinking. But I can always double click on that gradient and play with the gradient fill, because the gradient is actually being applied at the top and going clear down to the bottom right here, but we lose a lot of that. So maybe we want to scale it up or down. So scaling it up, scaling it down, we should actually get a little bit more of that color, and we could actually use the gradient tool as well. Take this down to 80. This just isn't a very strong gradient to begin with, actually. Let me jump in here and change this to more of a vibrant pink. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, and by the way, this poster is CMYK, so that's why the poster, I kind of knocked down the colors a little bit, because again, I'm working in CMYK mode because I wanted to print it. Happens to be printed off to the side here. So if I actually change this back to RGB and I go back in here to these gradients, obviously using RGB is going to give us a lot more pop. You could already see it right there, okay? Easy enough. Let's make it linear like that. Let's play with it. Done, done, done. All right. Jack Watson, welcome back. Good to have you here. Boom, poster, done. I could play with more of these graphics, but I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into this. This is actually what I wanna do. You ready for this? I'm thinking I wanna have an augmented reality poster. Okay, so we will have a poster. Maybe this is what the poster will look like. And again, here's just a quick example as well, right? We have just this printed up. I personally think it would be cool if I took out some of these elements and made them animated on the poster, right? So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Let me save this. Here's my poster. Okay, so you ready for this, everybody? Shifting gears a little bit because we've created our poster. Here's what the poster looks like. Just so you guys know, I'm using this app is called Artivive. Artivive is what it's called. So the whole idea is you can create artwork, and your artwork, you could actually take a photo of like a painting that you did, upload an image to this Artivive, and then you have an accompanying video that goes with it, and it will map that video on top of the artwork. Okay, so that's what's happening. Let me just go to Artivive. Let me just show you this page. Here you go. This is what it does. Wait for it. So again, you could have that art on the wall like that shows, right? And have animation over the top, right? Is there an echo? Just let me know, Adobe Live or Tim or anyone, if there actually is an echo. I think everything's fine, but so does that make sense? That's kind of cool. You can have a gallery opening and say, hey, you know what? Take out your phones. These paintings will come to life. And I think this is a fun mix of art and technology, right? Voodoo Val, this will go great with your work, you know? It's like, have that stuff light up. The key thing is to have the exact same image that's like printed needs to be your template in After Effects. Okay, so that's the goal. Well, luckily, all we need to do is we could just take this, and to be honest with you, all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off a lot of these. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I want to have the name, maybe a couple of images, but it might be better if it's like a little more clean. So maybe I'll actually turn all these off. Okay, you ready for this? Turning off all these except for the logo, right? We'll do something like this, right? Here it is. This is our poster. We're going to save it out as a JPEG. The link I will get posted right now, artivive.com. Let me just post that really quick. You do have to, yeah, honestly, yeah, you could, yeah. Voodoo Val, you could actually use good old Photoshop to animate it as well. So that's a good point. Maybe I do use it. I don't know. I could do it both ways. But first off, we need our starter image. So this is the image that would get printed. We'll just save it to my desktop. We'll call it poster 3 because this is actually my third one. Saving that. And there it is. This is our starter file, right? From there, we can go in to the Artivive website, and I've already uploaded this a couple times. Yeah, let's just dive into this. Let's do the lunch codes 3. Add artwork. We're going to drag this file in like so. Now we need to go ahead and drop in the video here. Right, it's going to be the same size and all the fun stuff. If you want to do like Voodoo Val suggested, yeah, you can use Photoshop. I can probably knock that out pretty quick. Create video timeline, boom, right? Already, see, this is the problem. It's only like 4 seconds long. Let's click play. I mean, this is 4 seconds. I'd want to stretch this out and make it much longer. But I could actually animate it here if I wanted to. Let's go to... Why can't I grab this? It's like 5 seconds long. I actually want a longer video than this. I don't know why I can't grab this. But if I wanted to animate this, I could. I can jump in here. I can say, hey, you know what? Let's grab this chicken leg right here. Just turned it on. It's right here. Twirling that down. Selecting position. Adds that keyframe. I first actually probably want to position it a little lower. So I'll have the mountains on top. I'll move this down, right? And then I'll scrub in a little bit, almost to the end, right? And then we'll move it up. So I'm just using my arrow keys. You can see it up here, right? We can see that sliding on up like so, okay? Right off the page, right? So that's done. This is only 5 seconds long. The video will loop. I'm kind of on a roll here, so why not do it? Let's get this party started. I was also going to use After Effects, though, because After Effects is so easy. It's pretty much the same thing. It's like the timeline's the same. You can kind of cycle through the colors, which would be really fun, right? Here, we're just kind of dealing with movement, okay? But this is your primer for motion, right? I bet you didn't know, clicking into this, Shahid, that, you know, Jesse, Artivive is the app that's used as well as the website. Let me just double check that. Oh, by the way, here's the little test that I did earlier. Can I show you this? This is what it does. This should explain it a lot better. So here's the poster, right? Here's the poster, and you can see that graphic fly across, right? So that's what we're going for. There's the poster, and there's our graphic, just kind of flying across. Super simple little test, right? We know this will work. This is what we're going for, and you get to see me finish this live. And just so you know, if I just kind of get out of this, boop. Oh, well, we'll just keep that playing. That's what we're going for. And, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I got work to do, folks. How's everybody doing? All right. So right in here, rectangle, rectangle. This is the key thing. You have to establish the starting point and the ending point. I'm just going to move a couple of these already because I think at the end of the day, After Effects is going to be better. Scrubbing in to the end, moving this up. There it is. See, it's racing. It's racing. Why don't I just grab it? Zoop, move it up to the top, right? Now we can see both of those sliding on by. All right. Turn it on. Turn it on. I'm going to merge these layers. Merge. Merge. And merge. There we are. Okay, what is this? Soda. You guys are getting a treat today, I feel like. You know, to learn After Effects, to go from InDesign to Illustrator to Photoshop into After Effects onto a phone. Yeah, if you're following along, this is pretty cool. Burger, right? Like that. And this is easy too, by the way. The easiest ways, honestly, when it gets into animation, you need to just make sure your layers are named. This is going to help out so much. We want guitar. There's our guitar. And there's everything. Boom, boom, boom. There they are, right? We have some things moving, right? Like so. I'll just do the guitar really fast. Maybe I'll probably change my mind a couple times, right? Do you ever do that? Because I'm gonna get so close to getting this done, right? But I kind of want to do it in After Effects. That's the thing. But Voodoo Val's like, oh, do it in Photoshop, huh? That's what you sounded like. Just kidding. I'm messing with you. Jerk. I'm kidding. Hold down the Option key, allow you to select objects, or excuse me, Command key, click. Oh, now I can locate that particular item, moving that off, right? Pizza. Where's my pizza at? There it is. Slide that up, right? We can see everything kind of move. Okay, cool, cool. That's all I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to render this out. Export a video. Oh, wait, I need to do one more thing, right? You ready for this? Cancel. Because if we go to this website, by the way, it says you can do this video is transparent, okay? And you can decide what's transparent, okay? So this is how you determine the transparency right in here. You could change this color if you want. I'm just going to go with green at 255, and that's what we want to do. So since we're making our lovely animation, let's nest this down here. Trying hard to. There you go. Nest that down there. That means everything on top. Let's do this. Boom. 0, 255, 0, boom. Fill with that foreground color, right? Like that. Let's turn off those mountains. Let's turn off that schedule. This isn't gonna move, but let's make sure that this is gonna be on top of the images and all that stuff that's flying around. Okay, so that's the goal. File, export, render out that video. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's high quality H.264. I did an MOV. I'm about to do an MP4 now. And yeah, we'll just save it to the desktop. This should be pretty fast in rendering, even though I have like every app open under the sun. I've heard that the W07 was delayed. It's okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Jan Eric. You trying to throw off the topic? Just messing with you. That's fascinating, Jan Eric. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. All I know is I have coffee at home and I have you guys to talk to regardless. So I am happy. Right? Cool. And I got Voodoo Val. Give me a hard time. Just use Photoshop, Paul. Fine then. There it is. We're uploading that video. I hope you're happy. Poster 2, MP4. Hopefully it's working. That went really fast. It says that it's right here. That was really fast. And why? Oh, this is the thing. Oh, I'm so glad this happened. Okay, let's take a look at our timeline right down here. Why is this first frame? Check this out. Let's take a look at our video. So I should have checked my video. Look, guess what? The first frame doesn't have that green. Right? Then the green kicks in because it isn't covering the whole timeline. Right down here, we could see it. That's my problem. I usually warn people about that because it happens to me all the time. Now I can save it, render this out. Let's just replace that current one. You get the idea. So Vicus, you get 3 artworks for free. And then they also have a pro level that you could work with that allows for 3D models. So there's this 3D as part of pro, but I'm just in basic. You get 3 artworks for free. So it's fun to try out. It's a good chance to get your feet wet in After Effects and Photoshop and stuff like that. So that's the problem. That's the problem with this one. In fact, I'm going to change the name of it, because sometimes when you upload videos of the same name, sometimes it doesn't know that it's new. There we go. We got it, right? We got it. Oh, is that done? Add? All right, there we go. Adding that artwork. We can watch that percentage go. We can drink some coffee. All right. Cool. Yeah, I don't know about no transition. Not sure what you mean there. I definitely screwed that up in L, though. That's for sure. Processing artwork, right? Should only take a second. This gives me a chance to kind of jump into After Effects if I want to, right? And really play with it. Here's After Effects, right? Here's the same elements, right? Here they are, right? I can kind of start over with this rectangle, because guess what? I have all these elements that I can drop in. Okay, let's grab a chicken leg. Little chicken leg. There it is. Too many chicken legs, right? Let's increase that right here. This is just the fundamentals. We'll drop in a rectangle, kind of resize that. To make all of this larger, I apologize. Fit the screen, zoop, like that. Pizza, let's get some pizza in here. Scaling this up, right? Guess what? We can go to File, Import, File, and at this point, we can grab this poster. Is it poster 3? What did I call it? This one has animation with it. This one's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let's do a save as. We'll just call this poster 3 because that's what it should be. So I got my naming all screwed up. Done. Nice to see you, Anel, as well. Oh, yes. Poster 3, there it is. Check it out. You ready for this? Import as footage. Import as a composition. You can retain layer sizes or just a whole composition. So yeah, let's do, create a composition based on this poster 3 PSD. Click open, right? Bring all of this in. I'm going to retain layer sizes. Click OK. Here it is. It makes poster 3. Double click. And now we have everything in place, right? So just like I was working in good old Photoshop, as we take a look at this chicken leg, you ready? I'm gonna hit play. Guess what? You could actually see it moving. It's actually, ooh, it's doing something maybe did or didn't. Oh yeah, I just need to turn on a couple layers, but yeah, I actually don't even want those there. You could see the chicken leg moving. So let's twirl this down. Take a look. In fact, let's just... It's fascinating. So it actually retained the animation, which is crazy. Sorry for all the flashing, but that chicken leg's actually moving. Is there anything other than Artivive out there? Not that I've found. HP once had an app that did some augmented reality, did the same thing, but it was only available in Europe, and I don't remember what the app was called, but it's what Tina Tula used about like a year ago. That was just never available here in the US. In the US, we have this app, and if you stumble across another one, would love to know. I just think this works pretty well. Cool. So the benefits, Artivive just adds a dynamic element to your artwork. That's what we're doing. We're adding a dynamic element to our poster. Because again, like I started this whole session yesterday saying, you know what? Your whole goal as a designer is to get eyeballs. Collect as many as you can, get eyeballs on your work. Because you're there typically to promote something for someone. Let's face it, right? And, you know, anytime you can add some new technology to it to kind of get some eyeballs, to generate some interest, that's like a good thing. All right, so you can see it brought in all of this, brought in everything. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I have this logo white. I might paste that over here into this one and use some of these. So first thing I want to do is stretch out all these. Let's go here, boom, boom. Make sure this is maybe a little larger. So this is like, again, 5 seconds long. Let's extend these out. All these chicken legs and everything. Right? Same process. Here they all are. You can hit P. So, ooh, I'm so sorry. This is kind of behind my head. I gotta move it. Let's fix this. Zoop. Whoa. Whiplash. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. So right now nothing's moving. I could come in here. I could select all 3 of these layers for the elements that I want to animate. I probably want to bring in a couple more, but we'll just start with these. Hit P for position, and it will open up the position for each one of those. You click the stopwatch on one, it adds all those keyframes to each one. So this is just how you can animate fast, basically. Right? We have that all in position, grabbing all of these, moving them all down, right? Moving them down. Shift key, arrow keys, just like we do in Photoshop. Now it's off of the pasteboard. We'll scrub to the end. Up arrow like so. We want these all to move at different rates. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one. If I just lock the logo, grab this one, move it up. Clear up there, move this one up, move this one up, right? Something like that. Make sure it's off the pasteboard. And we can see those kind of slide through like that, right? So this is what I'm going for. We can grab a couple more elements if we want to. I actually have this guitar, can bring that in, right? Here's the guitar. Boom. Rock and roll. We can see it right here, right? So I might change the color. I could probably change the color of it. I could do that a couple of ways. If I double click on it, I can actually jump in. I'm editing the actual, you guessed it, the actual object. Because I should have some cool gradients in here. Not so much, not that one, but that's what I'm changing. But I could also cycle through different colors. That might even be more fun. So yeah, let me just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to make this cool for you. Wait for it. Yeah, I need some red in my life. I need some purple. Kind of leaning into the blue in my life. Like that. Kind of like that. Rock and roll. There we are. Saving that, of course, it will update everywhere, which that's the power of Creative Cloud, as long as you don't accidentally close the file. There it is, right? We can see kind of what that looks like. I'm not crazy about it. Guess what? We can jump into our effects and presets. There they are. We can twirl this down, and we can start to animate all these other features. So right up here at the top, let's take a look. Zoop. We can get animated color correction, right? You're used to using brightness and contrast. Well, let's type in, or hue and saturation. Let's type in hue, right? Rotate hue or hue and saturation. Guess what? Both these can be animated. Dropping that on, right? Here's my guitar, twirling that down. Hopefully you guys find this interesting. I know this is After Effects, but I think it's fun. Channel range, colorize. Right? So here's the different properties that we can animate. And let me take a look at chat. Sorry if I've been ignoring you. Yeah. Cool. Let's take a look at this. Master hue. That's what I want to... should be able to animate this, unless I'm losing my mind. What about rotate hue? Let's drop this on there. Why not? Wait for it. Hue and saturation. All right, let's come over here. Let's take a look at some of these other properties. So color correction, a lot of those will like color balance. This might be a good one. Hue lightness, saturation, right? Let's just see if we can drop this on here. And there it is. I don't know why I wasn't applying it earlier. But look at all this crazy. This is almost too much control. I want some hue, some lightness, some saturation. Let's drop that on there. Let's get rid of color balance. Hue, lightness, saturation. This is what I'm looking for. You ready for this? So this was just going to change the color. I thought it was going to give me the ability to control, to spin through different colors, but hue and saturation doesn't. So we'll just delete it. We'll deal with color balance. Notice how there's a stopwatch there. It says, hey, you know what? You can animate it. Clicking right there, right over here, you can see it adds it right there. I want to move it as well, but first we're going to focus on the color. We're going to scrub through. We're going to adjust, flip it to the other side, right? Like that. And you could see it's kind of cycling through different colors. In fact, we can go all the way around one time. So right up here, what I can do, instead of 180, I can type in 0. We want to rotate around once, right? So it's going to go through all the colors in the rainbow. Hopefully you can see that, right? It's just cycling through all these fun colors. This is what I'm going for. It's going to cycle through some of that green, so technically part of it will disappear because it's some of that's that key color. But I think this will be pretty awesome, right? Cool thing is I can make them all cycle through colors. So I can literally just take those keyframes, copying them. Go to my pizza. Paste. Right? There it is. Rectangle. Paste. Chicken leg. Paste. Right? Hit the tilde key. Hit backspace. Hold on one second. I'm going to select all these. This is kind of a fun little pro tip as well. If you hit U, it will bring up all the settings that you've animated, which I think is awesome, right? And we'll just click play. We can see them all cycle through colors and all that good stuff. Cool? Cool. All right. Zoop. Going back. Closing up a lot of this. This guitar needs to move. Start at the beginning. In fact, it's actually going to come in later. And yeah, I'm going to have this kind of work a little bit different. Hit P for position. There it is. Boom. Adding that keyframe. Moving this down. Right. Coming over here. Moving it up. It's going to travel faster than the others, right? So it's going to do it in about half the time. Move it down some more. All right, cool. You guys get the idea. Okay, folks. Hit U. Bring up these keyframes. I'm going to take this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I can probably tell that I'm having fun. But, you know, I'm just looking at it like expanding, you know, your and my horizons, right? When it comes to this stuff. It'd be cool if the guitar could bleed while it's animating. Oh, yes, Melinda. What a great idea. Like, have that melt, have it all kind of drip down as it's going up. Evan Abrams, where are you, my friend? This guy does a lot of After Effects. But that would be an effect that we'd have to take a look at. I'm not going to get into it because I'm like, well, that's another thing. All right, color and balance. The lightness, the saturation. Let's twirl this down. Okay, wait for it. Easy. Drop this on there. Colorize. I want to colorize this bad boy. There it is, right here. This is what I would do. I'm just going to colorize this. Boom. Right. Hide those other ones just so it doesn't get confusing. We're dealing with this logo white. Okay, so there it is. All right. Here we go. Colorize hue. There we... Oh, wait for it. I'm going to turn this off. Go to the second one here. Colorize lightness, taking this down. This is everything you'd typically do in Photoshop as well. We're going to make it more saturated. We're going to give it a different color. And now we have it animated. So going back to hue and saturation, this is how I'm going to animate it. So I'm actually going to get rid of that first one. We're going to use hue and saturation. We're going to twirl this down. We're going to have this cycle through all these fun colors, right? So that's what we're doing. It's going to be just a psychedelic nightmare. But we're basically going to do the colorize hue is what we're going to animate, okay? From there to this other side. Maybe it'll just kind of bounce between these two. I think it's going to look better if it doesn't cycle through all the colors, but actually goes from blue to a pink. Like that. And into red. So blue to red. I just think that's going to look better. Let's turn on the lightness. You ready for this? How's everybody doing this fine Thursday? Feels like a Friday in my mind. There we go. Cranked up. Moving this over because I want it to start out white. So you're not going to know that it's going to change colors till it gets a little darker and starts going through all that jazz. All right, so you get the idea. Cool, cool, cool. I'm going to render this out. We're going to get it uploaded. We're going to look at the other one that we already uploaded that we did in Photoshop per Voodoo Val. Right? Wait for it. Maybe moving this over here again. Like that. Like so. Since this is going to be a looping animation, I need to make sure that it has the same starting and ending keyframes right down here. Selecting this keyframe, Command C, right? Going down here, Command V, boop, pops up right there. Easy enough. It's back at white, and we're ready to render this out just with some simple animation and all that good stuff. Saving it. Add to render queue. The launch codes. 3 to my desktop. This is going to be an MOV. Last one was an MPEG-4. Render. Boom. Super fast. All right, let me know if you have questions. Afrosia, you're amazing. We're going to have some fun with this as well. Let's close that. Let's print up this. Again, this has happened. I don't think I've ever had a more real, like, live experience. It's never been like this real. So I'm literally going to turn around and print this out right now because we changed the design. So again, this is just our proof of concept. We can go take it down at the printers another time, but this is going to be super fun. Alrighty, folks. All right, that is printing. Actually, no, I don't want this one to print exactly. I want to turn off all of this. I'm sorry. I want to turn on that, turn off that stuff, turn on the mountains, turn on that. This is what it needs to look like, so we'll print up another one. Okay, just like that. Disregard all this other stuff. That's printing. Cool, cool. And I might have time to do another design. Let me, like, look up. Oh, I still have an hour. We've done all of this within 45 minutes. Ooh, sometimes I just animate a mask with keyframes to shape the... Quinn, great idea. I love it. I think that's going to look better, to be honest with you, if I actually animate a mask over that. But let's go into... Oh, duplicate image will not work. Okay, so this was the one that we made earlier. Ready? I'm going to click play just to show you that it works. Maybe I'll download. This is going to give me the ability to download the image. So you can see how that works, right? That was our simple test. We actually have it working actually on the poster. So this is what I'm going to delete. I'm just showing it to you one last time. Here it is on my poster, by the way. It's on this little webcam, this little phone, but we could see that kind of sliding over. There's like a white frame. That's my fault. But we could see it actually, the proof of concept's working there. Now I can get rid of it and get on with the rest of my life, right? So I'm going to be deleting this. Boom. Goodbye. There we go. Processing artwork now. So we'll just get this one processed. And this will be fun. So let me know if you have questions. Paul, have you ever managed to get home? No, I have not been able to get a home printer to print clear to the edges. All right. I want to know who uses After Effects out there, actually. Where are my After Effects pros, or at least my After Effects users? Would love to hear from you. All right. Okay. So, talk amongst yourselves. Hold on. Sorry, I don't, yeah, I'm a one-man shop here, so I apologize for getting up. This is one that's printed out. Let's go ahead and do this, because the other one's getting printed out. This one's processing. It's kind of taking longer than expected. It's done. Good. There we go. Here's the one that was made in Photoshop. Right? Where I just showed you how to do some simple animation. Corey Davis just started, still a newbie. Corey Davis, are you not loving it? Are you not loving After Effects? I think as a designer, think about it this way. Our job is to get eyeballs. You post something to Instagram. What gets more engagement? A video or a still image? A video is going to get more engagement. Something with movement is going to get more engagement. So it means that you as a graphic designer honestly need to, you know, take advantage of the fact that we can actually add motion, right? Because I think, honestly, designers are the best at motion. You understand how to design things. I think it's just, you know, it takes a designer. All right, I'm going to delete that one. Yes. Okay. Looks good. Dropping it on. Selecting our new file. Let's take a look at this one. What the what? I didn't even play this through, by the way. I should have. Did I? That's fun. All right. Some more little tweaks. Throw that there. Throw this here. Throw this here. All right, let's just cycle it back to white is what I'm doing. I love the idea of adding masks, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, there we go. We have that flashing now. That's going to be really fun. Anyways, let's just upload this. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just thinking in my head and it hurts. My brain. Promoting more on Instagram and making things move is why Corey has been using it. Well played, man. It's a lot of fun. Has changed my design process as well, keeping motion in mind. And you're right, because I think there's those pieces that you look at and you're like, this this needs to have some motion, right? Like and typically people are like, oh, that'd be cool if that was animated, and they never get around to it, like myself included. So again, that's why we're kind of covering this, taking things to the next level. Yeah. All right. There it is. Oh, so many things over here. Let's get rid of them. Ah, hold on. Wait for it. Just exporting out to my desktop. Play. All right, there we go. Got it. Done and done. I'm feeling the pressure. That's why I'm like protecting myself. I keep buttoning up this shirt like more and more. That's rendering. Here's the poster that we want, right? So it has all the basic information, name of the band, where they're playing, all that fun stuff, right? Set it over here. A little staging area. And go. Do your thing. Do your thing, Adobe Media Encoder. Why is it not doing anything? All right. Looking for this. Good times. Good times. All right, so let's try this one more time. I apologize. I don't know why this is giving me grief in terms of exporting. So we'll do this one more time. Okay, you ready for it? Do your thing, Adobe Media Encoder. Oh yeah, so one thing I learned about After Effects is that it has notes I can add for music, helpful for animators with sound. It has notes you can add for music. Speaking of notes, by the way, the Artivive that I'm using, I can actually add audio to it as well, which is pretty fun. All right, we'll take this down a notch. Throw this on the desktop. Oh, did it export it out? No, I don't think so. Let's lay. All right, cool. Render. Do your thing and be kind to me, please. Please do. Isn't the button at the bottom right? It's behind your cam. Maybe. Let's move that over. All right, so now it's working. I feel like it wasn't rendering for some reason. But now, see, look, it took like 2 seconds. I jacked with something. But yeah, you can obviously see it rendering out right down here. It's almost there. Come on, get that remaining ... Just get it done. You're so close. Just be my friend. You're doing so well. Okay, all right, let's move on. To even dimension, which I worked on a little bit yesterday. Okay. Jump in here as part of these elements. We could do this a couple different ways. I'll just grab a sphere, drop it on. Add some textures to it. Actually, let's bring out a couple spheres. I could always do a copy and paste, move it over, right? And basically I'm going to make some different like fun little planets, right? And some added graphics. As we take a look down here, we have a lot we can play with, like a tetrahedron. So thinking outside the box in terms of the shapes that we're dealing with, right? And these will be those colorful designs that are floating through the air. Octahedron, boop. There it is, like so. And we'll keep an eye on this little guy. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. Do your thing. You're so close. You can do it. Do a dance in the meantime, please. Ah, it did it, finally. That last little bit is like, ugh, get there. And it got there. Fantastic. Whew. Man, what are you doing to me? My poor little MacBook Pro. It's like, whoa, too much is going on. Here's our file. We can see the animations. We can close that. We can drop it right in here. This video is transparent. We have that green matching up with that green. And we want some fading. Right? So we got it. Click add. Let's watch another progress bar together as I drink some coffee. Dance party. Dance party, people, right? Isn't it crazy how impatient we get? We get so impatient. It's bad. That's why fidget spinners are a thing. Okay. Fantastic. That looks good. Let's close that. All right, it did it. It did its thing. I click that button again. We need to take a look at our projects, and then we'll move on, okay? There it is. I clicked the button twice. That's why it made two. It's like, whoa, you're making two? You're crazy. They're both processing. Clicked it twice. Here's the one I did earlier. Again, that was just a proof of concept as well. Again, you can take anything. This one I did not, again, was just playing with shapes, right? Just some fun little things kind of zipping around. Right? I'm just using basic shapes though, nothing crazy. All right, so with this done, we can click play, right? We'll test it out this way, and everything's working as expected. Okay, so everything is working. Now, all I need to do is go to the Artivive. Let's get out of here. Wait for it. There we go. Let me just take this off. Yeah. Gosh. All right. Profile. Okay. Refreshed. It's not quite. I think I need to kill this app really fast. Needs a quick refresh, but let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm doing. How dare I not show you what I'm working on? So here's the Artivive app, right? Boom. Jump in there. I'll rotate this, right? Here it is. It should recognize this. It should upload the video, right? And let me just place it right in here. Maybe we'll get lucky. But there we are. We did it, everybody. Oh, let me rotate the... Boom. Boom. Look at that. There's our video with a little augmented reality. And from here, I can share this with anybody. So... whoever was talking about like sort of sharing and posting on Instagram, this is already like story worthy, right? Even if they don't have the app, me just recording a video of this and posting it somewhere will get me what I want, right? And it's not perfectly lined up, right? But it is working, right? Some of that's a little bit off. I personally like it. I like that slight bevel, but everything's working. Everything's like cycling through those colors, and it's super fun, right? Cool, you guys like it? Hopefully you like it. I thought it was really fun to work on, and the whole goal is to expand your horizons. So like if you do have, again, this was just a quick example. Again, I don't claim to be an After Effects expert. I claim to know enough to get myself into trouble in a good way. Chances are I know you could figure this stuff out super easy, but this was just proof of concept initially. Next step is taking this to the next level, which would be super fun. And I think the suggestions of animating masks would be great, right? So having all that stuff kind of flash to black and white, maybe everything on there changes, but right now I'm just dealing with transparency because I thought that would be cool. But it's all working. Let me try to move this. Let me try to move the page and see what happens. Yeah, so it still recognizes it as I move it around. Right? Are you not entertained? Look at that. Yeah. Here's another thought. Like, what if you did a business card? You printed up a business card and it looks very unassuming and yet has all this augmented reality on it. So I think that would be super cool. Yeah, super fun what we can do with technology these days, right? Blows my mind. If I did this again, I'd probably make sure the schedule is actually in front of the animated graphics. There's some more we can do, you know, you get it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Marios and Voodoo Val. You guys, that means a lot to me. And again, super fun to work with. Joop, joop, joop. Right? So now once this is set up, you could have as much fun with it as you want. So I wanted to... Let's go back. Let's refresh. I'm back on my machine, by the way. Let's just kind of refresh this. And 3D artwork. All right, so let me switch screens. Sorry about that. I was just kind of checking out what this has. So basically what they have as part of their 3D experience is actually just putting things down on 2D planes, kind of like what Aero can do. Okay, so that's all this 3D experience is. That is it. It's actually not loading in. Yeah, you're just adding images. You're not really, you know, adding 3D. They're just two-dimensional graphics, right? Which we did yesterday, right? We understand how that works. And just to recap, again, we can do this all day long, but this is already looking pretty good. We'll save poster 3. We will export this out for Aero. This is essentially what their 3D experience is. Let's export that out. Poster 3 into Creative Cloud files. Again, I did this yesterday, so I don't really feel the need to. File is converting. If we jump out there, we should actually see it. Creative Cloud files. There it is. And this poster is being synced right now, okay? So from there, I can load it into Aero and all that good stuff, right? Cool. Fantastic. That's my new phrase. I just say fantastic. I say that a lot. All right, Aero. We can see that that's synced now. Let's switch gears, jump out there. This will go fast. Boom, boom, plus. Identify the table. Right there. Surface found. Tap to create. Boom, right there. Creative Cloud. Go to my Aero folder. We're looking for poster 3. There it is. Open it up. place it. Wait for it to load. There it is. Bump. Like that. And let's edit it. So here's my different layers. We want the Z offset. Should be the Z offset. Yeah, baby. There's the Z offset. Like so. So from there, we can see that that's working. I've offset it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's have it. Let's just have it bounce. Z offset, we're going to have it bounce based on the Z offset. Easing, ease in and out. We want this to be infinite. No delay. There. Preview. What? Yeah, I don't think the Z is what I really wanted, but let's take a look at it. It'll be better if it's right here. So imagine if that poster is right here and we can kind of see it jumping up out at you. Cool? Cool. All right. Yeah, that's fun stuff. All right, that is it's almost like so you would think of that as a toy. Oh, geez. Which you wouldn't be wrong because hey, I love it. It was like we were playing. Seriously, it was awesome. But this is the important part right here. We have this set up. I honestly need to change this animation big time, but ultimately I'd want to record a video of it. Right? So again, if my goal is to get eyeballs, I'm really not expecting somebody to have the app and point it at this artwork. I really just want to use this so I could record a video and then post it to Instagram or wherever else. Okay? Cool. Afroja. Oh, by the way, we're gonna review designs. I did not tell you about that. Apparently I was just keeping that all to myself. Just didn't want to tell you for some reason. But no, we got that coming your way. Design reviews. And I apologize for not mentioning it earlier. That's going to happen, in about 20 minutes. So that's why we have that challenge review deadline. You can see the challenge in the challenge tab. Y is up and down. X left and right. What? X? Wait. It should be X is left and right. Y is up and down. And Z is forward and back. Yeah, exactly. Jesse, we're on the same page. I don't know. So I don't know why it was like... I played with the Z because I wanted it to bounce in and out. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Let's actually take this. Let's go back into layers. I would take this down. 0. There we go. Now it's flat. Now maybe it's on that poster. You get the idea. We could move this into place. You get it. And at this point, behaviors. Let's just play this. Yeah, I'll have to play with that some more. Cool. All right, so let's move on because I still have time to create. I could do a lot in 18 minutes, right? That's the goal. It's coming over here. Play. Yeah, the axis just seems a little off. You're right. Fantastic. Cool. Let's get into more of this. And by the way, you could take any artwork. This is some other stuff that I was working on, right? You take any of this, animate it, have some fun. Either in Photoshop like we did before, but I was working in Dimension. So could we make a cool experience for our band as well? So much to do. We could do posters. So much to do. I have a couple ideas. Some things that I've already kind of done, but I'm thinking about like a different a different use case, kind of putting 3D on the poster, but I kind of want to make a new poster. So I already have an idea. I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to use Photoshop. All right, let's do it. I'm going to play with this a little bit more. Properties panel, right? Variable concept, maybe. We're going to actually pick probably a different font. Open to new names too, by the way. Open to doing a whole new band. But I kind of have an idea of what I want to do is use a sans serif font. Anton regular. I think that's actually the font we ended up using. And my favorite band, the. You sound like you're stuttering a little bit. I'm sorry. The band, the. What if it's the? Oh, that's a good name for a band. The. Let's do it. The band's name is the. Just to mess with people. It's the. But to really. There we go. Now it kind of looks a little bit more like the band. The band, the. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives? This is crazy. This is really a thing we're doing these days? Yeah, it is. Let's go with pink, because I like pink. Let's work with this. Let's change it up. Change it up. There we go. Have it pop. There we go. The. Taking this. We'll just do. I did this earlier in the week, and I think my results were pretty darn awesome. Just doing some 3D. Let's just rotate this around. Like this. And I want it like that. There we go. Let's crank this up to 500. Click OK. Boom. There we are. Okay. There is a band called the. Oh, there is. Okay. The. Open to names, because guess what? I can change this. Even as I design it, I can change it at any time. I didn't know the was actually... Is that actually banned? The? Huh. The... Voodoo Val, you're killing it today. Oh, I love it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the how. The how. Because I think there already might be a band called the. So, the why. Since this is kind of like a learning stream, I like the how, like how it's done. So the how effects, apply, extrude and bevel. It keeps that last extrude and bevel like so. I actually want to kind of rotate it some more. Extrude and bevel. Rotating it so it's kind of like that. Kind of like that, making sure it has that light on the top. And we can always change the color. If we jump in and change the color to, you know, a nice teal, it'll work out great. It's a British band. I did not know this. I'm learning so much. All right, we're going to go with the how. And the great thing is... the font is editable. So I'm actually changing the size of the font right down here. I can take that up to 250, right? Like that, right? Because we're going to kind of link these two together. This is 300. Let's take that down to, 300. Oops, 300. There we go. Take this down a little bit more, 250, right? We'll just have some fun with this. So we're going to go with the how, okay? It's kind of thinking of Jason's stream today was like a lot of like 60s and 70s rock, I think. So that's kind of what this feels like. Okay, that's being done. Let's ungroup, ungroup. There we go. Looks good to me. Let's move this over. All right. Sweet. We could add some flying elements to this. We could add a number of things. I think it needs some sparkles. Maybe some circles. If you want to know how to make a sphere, right, in Illustrator, we'll take this. We could just kill one side. Boom. Let's actually flip that. We just have one stroke. We'll go to Effect 3D. We'll revolve. We don't want to revolve off the left edge. We'll revolve off the right edge. And now we have a nice sphere. Music playing in the background is from Bass Cat is what it looks like. Bass Cat. Music brought to you mainly by Chill Hop, which does fantastic. So that looks much better. I could have also used the gradient tool, but I just thought this kind of works out pretty well as well. All right, so we have that. Boom, boom. It's still that single shape, by the way. Right, so we can bring it down here. Have some added little fun elements. Always, again, makes it easy to change the color, actually easier, knowing that I just need to change the stroke, and it's like it changes that whole gradient. Could probably use some more boxes as well. Let's trash that. For this, let's go ahead and make a box like that. There we have it. Flipping that. Boom. Done. Oh. Just gonna move this around. All right, we're adding all of our fun elements here as part of this poster for the how. Sweet. How long do I stream? For about 14 hours a day. Yeah, 14 hours. Moritz, just kidding. Just streaming today for 2 hours. Let's throw on a fun background. Let's get rid of that. Change the color. Send it to the back. Maybe have something else like so. Like that. Needs to be more vibrant. Everything's like pretty vibrant in this lovely world. There we go. Cool. And now we're getting places. Take some of these elements, makes it super easy to kind of rotate them around, all that stuff. I can just go back into that effect. Zoop. Move it over. Everything is going to kind of be like a little bit isometric. Right? This is a little long. Let's do 40. It's not a perfect rectangle. One way I can tell is like right up here, look at the size. The size says 32 by 32. So what I need to do is make sure the extrude is also 32, like so. Now it will actually be more of a cube, okay? That's done. 8 minutes before I get to review your designs. We're gonna have some fun with this. Let's add Some more trippy elements. Here's a cool way so basically I want to add something pretty cool that, I don't know, it's like I want to do like a burst. So I want to have all these lines pointing to the center, and this is going to be kind of the background. Okay, you ready for this? We'll go in here to the stroke. We're going to crank up the stroke. And let me zoom in on this. Here's the stroke. Guess what? Click in on the stroke, add a dashed line, boop, like so. Here's my dashed line. All right. For this dashed line, check this out. I will increase the weight of this. Okay, you ready for this? We'll increase the weight. Let me kind of zoom out, but we'll take the weight up to 100. Not bad. Let's actually make this larger as well. Scaling this up, 200, 400, but a perfect little burst that can go in the background. Cool. Hopefully you're into it. Let me take this background right here, cut it, boom, boom, organize. Let's get organized. Put that right there, right? You get the idea. Okay, so for the same effect, I can take this and let's open up Symbols. And let's take this cool new shape that I have drawn, assuming I can select it. There it is, because again, it's just one circle. So burst, we'll call it burst. It's right there. Done. This is pretty cool. I'm thinking I want to have like some of that same texture actually on these letters. Oh, I can't do it now. Oh, I have to go over here. Let me show you what I can do. With this text right here, I can go into the 3D extrude and bevel. I can map that art that I just have created to this text. So I actually want to put it on the side, right? And see what it's doing now is it's highlighting the different sides. I want to get this outside. Oh, that works well too. Well, let's select burst and let's move it over. And that's what we have. We just have some cool stripes is what I'm going for right there. So I think it looks nice. Right? Again, we're just doing the outside. This is another one. Boom. Let's move that over. Right? We'll just get some fun dynamic lines going on here. Oh, here's the outside. This one's going to be fun as well. Like that. See? See what's happening there? Got some fun looks happening into it. This outside as well. Boom. Burst it up. Now it's warping around, right? Who says I can't design another poster in 5 minutes? Because I have less than 5 minutes before our daily creative challenge, and hopefully I get a chance to kind of come back and finish this up as well. Again, just doing this one side. Sorry if I'm ignoring chat. Yeah, Cecilia, yes, we are live streaming. Hopefully that would be really weird if you were watching like a YouTube video and all of a sudden you thought it was like recorded and all of a sudden they started talking to you. Would that not freak you out? Whoa. Just zipped across the screen. All right. Okay, there we go. There we have it. Question for you, Val, or Melinda, or whoever. Should I do the top of the text as well? I'm concerned we won't be able to, like, read it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to read that if I, yeah, it's not going to work. Let's take this one here again. This is just one line that we made. So impressive. That's so cool, Paul. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I'm complimenting myself there. There we go. That builds some separation. I actually don't think it's totally the right color. I don't think overlay is going to do it. But anyways, it's fine. The how. What do you think? Don't do the top. Okay, Alexander says don't do the top. Alexander, good to see you here. He does a great job. I didn't really get a lot into dimension. I started making some spheres, and that's why I was doing this design, right? So I was doing this design. This could be the printed poster, and I wanted just like some fun graphic elements floating over the top, right? And Alexander's actually made some cool, did a whole solar system. So feel free, click on his name and check out his stuff on Behance because it's pretty awesome. A little shout out to you, right? So again, now I'm working kind of on the... working on the 3D elements that would be part of this augmented reality poster as well. So I'm just going to make sure these colors are dialed in. The background as well, we'll go to that. And in this case, we're just going to drop in this color. A little zigzag, maybe, maybe not. This is hard to see. Translucence. That's what's happening there. The translucence was all the way up. Taking that down. Another thing I do with this scene, go in here. You know what? We don't want to have a ground plane. I can kind of turn that off if I want to. But this is another way to kind of make this poster. Create some elements in 3D that would float over the top of it. So that's kind of the idea. Here it is in Illustrator. And honestly, kind of makes this look really flat, but very graphic. Cool. Cool. Yes. Alexander's solar system was awesome. It's Alexander's world. Yeah, we're just living in it. Okay, typically take this text, create a duplicate over there, taking this one, expand appearance, ungroup, right? Now I can grab this H, kind of move that down. Ooh, and we could see some parts that I did not get. Shame on you, Paul. That's okay. We'll move this one down and this one up like that. We'll cheat it. The how. Fantastic. All right. Posters everywhere, huh? Thanks for joining me. 2 days of some fun creation of posters, little editorial design. Just kind of jumping in and playing with some of this. It's cool that I just get to play and like manipulate these shapes. All I'm doing is like changing the color. Just it's so easy to work with. I'm liking it. This one gets a little muddy. Not sure that's the right color. I know gradients aren't going to work. Maybe a... let's go with that. Cool. There we are. We're just having fun. All right, the how. Show you how it's done. That's what they do. How I'd really do this band, though, here's another way to do this band name. Do like THE, sorry, THE, and then do something like this. Take this, take a rectangle, make sure it's the same thickness, bring that right down here, take that like that, and then I'd actually cut out part of this, so wait for it. Wait for it. Make this look like a question mark. Like that. All right, so that's what I'd go for. It would be something like that. Does that make sense? Does that seem like a question mark? I hope so. All right, so again, another idea. Too many ideas, not enough time. I live stream for 2 hours and still that's not enough. But again, actually, you know what? I could actually jump in here. And I know the timer's up. I get it. I'll clear it out. I'll clear it. Let's just see what this question mark looks like for this font. Yeah, don't know if I really like it, but elements of this I could probably use. So, create outlines, taking this, moving this up. That. Wait for it. I apologize. I feel like I'm going over on time, but I'm so close to finishing this new logo. Actually, I'll get back to it because I want to review your designs. So, all right, cool. Justin thinks it's awesome. I think you're awesome, Dustin. Thanks for saying so. I'll clean this up and we'll knock that out. Half white, half black. Sure, do something like that. Yep. All right, cool. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to dive into the challenge that we have going on today. So you can see that tab, which I'm ever so sneakily going to on my laptop just to show ya. And we'll knock that out. Annoying. It's an annoying voice. We don't need that. How embarrassing. All right, challenge tab's open. Let's take a look. Okay, it's right over here. Design a modern email campaign using shapes, gradients, and a monochrome palette. Get the starter file here. Fantastic. Easy enough, right? Well, I like to take a look at the starter file just to see where everybody starts, of course. Right in here, this is what it looks like, right? Plan your escape to the pink desert. Right, and again, there it is. There's the challenge. So you'll use Discord. That's how you get involved with community chat right there. Photoshop, creative challenge. We get it. Here's the same link. Go to the current challenges, and we'll scroll down to the bottom. And we can see what somebody already made. So again, boop, boop, starter file, new design from the one and only CC. Challenge 8. Loving the curvature pen tool. Cool. Plan your escape to the pink desert. Love it. Harrison, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. It's going fantastic. Yeah. You know why? Because CC has a great design for the daily challenge. So that's what we're working on now. I'll just kind of peek that over. Pause it. Pause that crazy video. There we are. There's the challenge. And again, email campaign using shapes. This is the email campaign. Everybody loves emails. Why not? That looks good. Pink desert, cyan desert. Cool. Love it. Looks like she did those shapes too. That's awesome. Boom, boom. Slicing up was the challenge yesterday. CC did a great job there as well. Boom, boom. Let's take a look at this one. Jesus Paredes. Oh yeah, I like this infinite blue. This is very nice. Playing with all these colors. This looks great. I want to download this file, by the way. Download that file. I want to open it up and play with it. Is that okay? There it is. So I'm going to turn on this. Okay, so here's some extra color palettes as well. So just deciphering the challenge file. Looks good. Boom, boom, Jesus. Oh, I still have more time. Wow, I'm definitely going to get a poster done. Cecilia is in the house. Cecilia, you did a great job. This color combo is tight. It's really good. I would honestly probably ease up on this gradient, you know, a little bit. I think if you just make it these gradients and these buttons look a little more subtle, I think it'll pay off. I'm also wondering what this element is. You know, just kind of hanging out there. It's kind of muddy, kind of mixture between the two. I just don't know what it's doing. Is it trying to divide up this area? If so, that's fine. Just make sure what you add, you're adding it sort of like with a purpose, of course. But yeah, it looks really good. Those colors are super sharp. Let's take a look at Camilo's. So we had version 1 and version 2. This starts to vibrate sometimes when you have complementary colors on the opposite end of the color wheel. Putting them together when they're right next to each other, they'll vibrate. Okay, and that's kind of what's happening here. Okay, it's this warm color next to this cool color. But otherwise, it's cool. Again, I'll probably ease up on that drop shadow. The more you ease up on those drop shadows and gradients, it's going to make everything look a little more professional, just to be honest with you. But it is great. Boom, boom. This one. Again, I really want this text. And this looks cool too. I actually like this gradient over here. I just really want this text to pop a little bit more. It would be better off if it was white. And it would still work because these elements are white. But yeah, that's all I do. I'm sure this is how the text came, but honestly, I'm not a fan of mixing cases like this. Having this all caps and this not a fan. Like, is it all caps or is it initial caps? Like, make up your mind. You shifted gears halfway through the design. So, that is an issue. Roberto. Good slicing tutorial there. Subtle gradients, exactly, Cecilia. Ease up on those gradients. It's going to look so sharp and so pretty. And it already does already. Like, your sense of color is already, like, really strong. So I'm impressed with it. Roberto is also doing some slicing. This is good. If you do know that you're actually slicing something, just be prepared for that. When it comes to text, it'd be kind of hard to read. But just be prepared for that. Because ultimately, I don't know if you want those, across multiple frames. Oh, here we go. Manal. Plan your escape. So this is yeah, same thing here. Honestly, since I know it's more about using color and everything like that and shapes. I just can't get over the text right there. Like, these have weird breaks. That's a weird character. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's called. But I would definitely clean up the text. This side is just golden. This looks beautiful. I love that texture. Even though it's blue, I still get a sense of like warmth with it. So I just really like that texture. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it's very nice. And again, just like little details. Again, I know you just got the challenge this morning, so I try not to like be too critical, but centering this, easing up on that drop shadow, I would love to take a stab at this challenge. But great job. Boom, boom, free stuff everywhere. Here we go. Before, after. Fantastic, Andreas. Before, after. Oh yeah, punch up those colors. That looks great. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, you could play with clarity, maybe, and some of the texture. Kind of wonder how that would look. But, yeah. Great job. Oh, this was dealing with Camera Raw. Such a good photo to work with Camera Raw. Yeah, you can use color.adobe.com to find great gradients. For sure. Okay, Claudia's kind of giving her 2 cents. Susan? Is that like the original? Let's open up that original. Where is it? Boom. Okay. Yeah, this one is definitely Susan. This is and I gotta scroll up. I really have to see Claudia's first one. There it is. Okay, so here's her first one. This is my final look that she made, right? And again, I still wouldn't have done this. I just don't think this is good. I mean, all due respect, because that wasn't the focus. But yeah, the colors and everything looks good. Using the shape tools and everything looks awesome. So these are not that much different, but Valentina's doing an excellent job, because honestly, you want to be able to sometimes just don't even worry about, like, sometimes it's really helpful just to do exactly what the designer did. Just do it exactly, just so you know how to do it. And you'll learn that way as well. So I'm a big fan of, like, you want to learn how somebody does something, take one of their pieces of artwork, try to duplicate it. Like, give them say, hey, you know, you got to be honest with people. The big thing is, like, don't hide your sources. Be like, hey, this is what I tried to create. And it's just a good exercise to do. Chopped up images, Susan Holt, boom, boom. What works best about this is this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Beautiful, subtle gradient right in there. Cool use of these cool pyramids. So good. It's amazing, Susan. You did such a great job. Oops. I tried to add even more hearts. Valentina did a great job as well. I think this shape is really hot right now. These bars, really cool. Another thing to think about that'll take things to the next level, Justin, just so you know, is breaking borders. It's just a fun thing to do. Like, first off, this is the problem with this design is it's tied up here and then you have all this room down here. So you need to have this come at an angle, right? Kind of do a swooshy thing like that. And then take these, like, sort of iconic, like these graphic clouds, and have just some of them breaking the border and overlapping that side, right? And it'll just make for a much more interesting design because you're playing with depth. All right, Sean had fun with this. Oh, this is fun too, though. You know, again, a big departure from what Claudia did. But man, this is fun. This is fun. Branding will love this. Branding at Adobe will love that you did this. They will love you for it. They would have my head on a pike if I did that. Yeah, I mean, different things we talk about. First of all, these shapes are cool. We could talk about color. We could talk about 1,000 things. Obviously, this isn't centered. This needs to kind of be centered with the icon. Red is really hard to read. I would make that white. This button, I actually would not do those two gradients. It's just like split personality button. Yeah, so yeah, I think they've had fun with this. Actually, let's see. Sean, you've had fun with this. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, this is cool. This is the whole goal, is to get people involved. And then we can talk, you know, about design things. You know, just reining in those colors and stuff. Cool. I totally want to design something. That was fun. Let me see. Yeah, red doesn't really work on blue. Red's a big no-no. I mean, just so you know, I probably sound like I'm bragging, but ooh, it's a new one. Damien sneaks one in. Damien, boom. Yeah, beautiful. Ugh, this text needs to be fixed so bad. But that's just me. Another thing you can do, in fact, I'm going to do it right now. We have time, right? Let's take a look at this. Here's the text. Oh, why are they're even locked down? Maybe you weren't supposed to mess with those. That's the problem. I guess you weren't supposed to mess with them, right? Right in here, pen tool. Boom, 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 like that. Here's a problem. You don't want to have something kind of come and point out that corner like that. You just don't want that. You want to do something like that. Okay, boom. Take this. Big problem with this is the spacing. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to crank this up. So this is 6 point. Wow, that's small. That's fine. My camera is even getting tired. 6 point, we'll make this 16. So we'll double space it. Man, I just can't leave well enough alone. But I think this is also helpful. Because we were making a poster, and this is not far from it. Right? Why have that break right there? Stretch that out. Give it some breathing room. Take this text. right? Looks like I don't have the font din, so I'll change it to something else. Sans serif. Actually, this is okay. Hold on. Acumen. All caps. Crank up the size. Is Cloudy gonna kill me that I'm messing with her design? Oops. Auto. All right. She's gonna kill me. Take this over. Boom, like that. The pink desert. Change this to white. Like that. There we go. Get rid of right in here. Buttons are gonna look better if you use all caps. This is gonna I'm just streamlining the whole thing. All right, we'll do that. Okay, made it streamlined. Drop shadow is going away, not necessary. Taking this up a notch. We do something like that. And then I would add some trees. Some new things in Photoshop. How much time do I have? Good, good. Going down to shapes. We have leaf trees. Look at all these gorgeous trees. So we could use the pen tool, but I'm actually just going to jump in here and maybe I'll try grabbing one of these. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work, but we'll try it out, huh? Boop. Bring that into place. How's everyone doing? Can you fix mine? Is that okay that I'm playing with this? Again, not trying to offend anybody. Have this. This is my swooshy shape. Here's the palm tree. Reads great as white. We can add a couple of these, right? Shrink that down, right? That could be that one there. We'll change the blend mode. The blend mode should have done something. Why did that not do anything? Maybe I'm losing my mind. Either way, we'll throw a gradient on there. Why not? Boom. Right? We could have that shape. Maybe this needs to be on that tree as well. So again, just kind of breaking the border, having some fun with it. You get the idea. Cool. All right. That was fun. That was fun. Just trying to enter this whole contest and maybe win something. I don't know. Just kidding. Okay, cool. Done, done. You guys get the idea. All right, cool. Finished. Voodoo Val, don't tell on me. But I think this stuff is just like super helpful. Know what I did here? This is kind of, yeah. Trying to make it, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's fine. It's done. We can move on. Last thing I'm going to do is edit this button. Like this gradient is crazy. You know what? If I just increase the size by 300, that'll smooth it out. 300. Oh, wait, that's the angle. I apologize. Either way, just made that look like a lot lighter and it looks a lot better. Just move it over, right? I could still align those. That looks fine. And right down here. Boom. Boom. Wait for it. Making this white on one line. Why would I want to have those on two? We'll do that like that. Bing. Done. Done. Entered. So that's how easy it is to do a, well, I'm not saying it's easy, but that's all we're asking you to do for a daily creative challenge. Yeah, so Marissa's saying it was hard to get inspired for the DCC and things like that. Definitely use this stream toward the end of the challenge. So yeah, it was all about creating shapes too, by the way. And I would just say, don't forget about the, shapes already baked into Photoshop. I rarely have to draw things from scratch, or at least I start with the basic shape. And all of those are in here. And don't forget to load up the legacy shapes, right? So legacy shapes are in here. And typically I'll break these out and I'll just put them all in one huge folder, right? Look at all this stuff. Look at all these, just so many things. Look, it's almost too many. But these legacy shapes in here, symbols, right? You get the idea. There's probably a palm tree in here. Yeah, cool. Fantastic. I am winding down to my last 5 minutes. I'm kind of wrapping up. I did want to just fix that one logo right over here. We're making the how. Taking this, oops. Let's take this, let's ungroup it. Let me change the color of this line so you can see it better to light blue. Here's my circle. Here's my other shape. Let's ungroup that one. And let's slice it up. I don't know if you ever use these tools right in here. There's the scissors tool. There's the knife tool, which is really fun. Knife tool, just take that and just like cut it. Done, right? Now it's two separate pieces. Take this piece right up here and do the same thing with that knife. I know I'm not going to need this part right here. Cut it and then cut it here. Cool. Oops. Now fitting these two together like so. Something like that. I don't know. Open to ideas. That's right. Look out. That's the closest I get to. I'm so glad we don't have to worry about cutting our fingers on X-Actos these days. Because when I started out, we were using X-Acto knives and literally pasting things up. Yeah, and you have a fork to move the object. Cool. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. You guys like this? I'm loving it. I think we did so much. I think you should be impressed with yourself and everything that we did today. It's been really fun. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Yeah, exactly, Justin. Justin says, wasn't in the class, but she probably wouldn't have told people to not mess with things. Those layers were locked, but I'm like, you know what? I can't, if I'm not supposed to design with it, don't have it there, maybe. I don't know. I'll stop. Fantastic. Here's my last one. You saw this. The how, the fun we did with it as well. And let's not forget about all of the like augmented reality stuff we did as well in the browser. Right here, as you can see. With this one. So let's just play this video. And that's kind of what we created today on a printed out poster. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. You guys are fantastic. I'm going to wind down. I just appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the whole day. You get bonus points, and everybody gets a star sticker, and everybody gets 15 more minutes nap time. Tell me about it. Tell me how awesome 15 more minutes of nap time would be good. So, yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. Yeah, just winding down. Let me know if you have any questions. Follow me on all the social medias. It would be fantastic. My goal is to have that stuff posted, but man, I don't know. Like sometimes it's on to the next thing. So next week is going to be super fun. Actually, no, tomorrow. Let's take a look at that schedule. That's what we should do. You will notice for tomorrow, since it's Friday, it's going to be all about master classes and and fun. So we have Terry White up first, just so you know. We then have the Daily Creative Challenge. Then I'm going to be doing something on power shortcuts in Photoshop. So join Terry's photography one. Then you have the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, and then I'm going to be doing like power shortcuts. So all the shortcuts that I end up using that make my life easier, and I honestly want to hear about yours as well. Going from there, Jason also has his masterclass as well, which is cool that he's doing video and audio formats and stuff like that. All that important stuff that will make you say, hey, why can't I upload this video? That's what it does. So it just makes for a more seamless experience if you understand formats, delivery formats, and things. And honestly, don't forget about good old Evan Abrams tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. at the same time doing some MoGraph mashup, but basically doing animation in After Effects. I really like him. I mean, actually a full day of really smart people. So it's where we get to go pro level. It's like, okay, masterclass, let's pull out the big guns. No more holding the hands, especially in this day and age. You know, at least make sure they're washed. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. I really appreciate you. Again, go wash your hands. Be kind to one another. And yeah, let's make this world a beautiful place with graphics as well as kindness. See you guys.